France is bracing for another round of massive protests today. Union leaders are calling for people to take to the streets to demonstrate against President Emmanuel Macron's proposed pension reforms. Strikes against the reforms already crippled the country's transportation system over the past week. So Elaine Cobbe is standing by in Paris as the demonstrations get underway. Elaine, what are things like where you are right now, and what are they expecting for the rest of the day?
Anne-Marie, you can see the police blockades behind me and probably hear the traffic jams as the city is once again gridlocked on this day 7 of the strikes that the unions say will continue. Today there's a big demonstration. Thousands of people have been moving off from spots like this to the march route, which is on the left bank this time. Now, the police have ordered restaurants and stores all along that route to close today, and people were told they could not park their cars there from last night. That in an attempt to limit the damage that rioters might cause, because there is concern that rioters may try to join in, as they did last week, face off against police. But the main march is now underway, as I say, across the left bank.
So what can you tell us about these proposed pension reforms? I think people started protesting before Macron even sort of indicated that he was going to be moving forward no matter what. He just sort of floated the idea, and they were already starting to amass in anticipation of it moving forward. Why are people so unhappy with these reforms?
Well, the system here is quite unwieldy. There are 42 separate pension funds. President Macron says it needs to be modernized, it needs to be streamlined. He wants a universal system so that there aren't some funds that have money and others that don't. One of the big groups that's out is the train drivers. They've had special concessions that go back to the days when train driving was not an easy job. There were coal fumes, there was danger, but now it's really not the same. And he says they shouldn't have that early retirement age, and they need to also have more people paying into their pension fund, for example, because there aren't so many young drivers coming up to pay for those who've retired. There's also the changing style of the workforce. It's no longer people who start a job when they're young, stay in it or stay in that activity sector. The people now who are under 35 in France are likely to take a year out. They might freelance a while, they might be self-employed, and all of that affects them under the current pension system. So he wants to even out some of the inequalities, but of course many groups will lose, and they don't like that. Now, Prime Minister Edouard Philippe says he doesn't have a magic wand or any magic solution, but he will be giving full details of their reform plan tomorrow.
So how have the strikes impacted France? I don't know, is transportation being stymied up? Are people staying away from work and school?
People stayed away the first day because they reckoned we can't get to work, we can't really do anything, so we'll just stay home if we can. But by day 2, it was very clear we can't take every day off. The biggest groups who have been out are the transport workers. So mainline rail across the country has been slowed to maybe 1 train in 10. City services like in Paris or big cities like Marseille, Lyon, Bordeaux have also been badly hit. People are taking bicycles, there are gridlocks in the streets, but also schools have been shut down as school teachers stayed away. Lawyers joined the protests one day, nurses, doctors. It is a wide-ranging strike and wide-ranging unhappiness with the proposed reforms.
All right, Elaine, thank you.